back to my channel. Got another installment of Etiquette Education for y'all. And this week I just wanted to talk about something that I noticed as a server. You know, I learned a lot about etiquette from just waiting tables. And one thing that I noticed, I seen these guests, they were dining, and this gentleman, his wife, you know, she got up to excuse herself and use the bathroom. And then she came back, and when she came back to the table, he stood up and he waited till she sat down, and then he sat back down. And then she did it again, like she got up to leave to do something, and then when she came back, he stood up. You know, and then the other guy stood up too, and then once she sat down, they all sat down. And I was like, yo, what is that? I never seen that before. So I started doing some research, and you know, back in the day, like whenever a woman comes into the room, all of the men, they stand up to acknowledge the woman's presence. And it's just a form of respect. It's a form of being a gentleman, that whenever a woman comes into the room, you know, everyone stands up and acknowledges her presence. And then once she sits down, they all sit back down. Or she may say, you gentlemen can be seated. And I was just like, yo, like, them dudes is on another level. Cause that was like the ultimate form of being a gentleman. So I found myself doing the same thing. You know, when I go out on a date with a young lady and she excuses herself, and it's not, I notice some men, they don't stand all the way up. They'll just make a gesture and, you know, get up out their seat a little bit, and then they'll sit down like that. So that's one tip that I have for you all, for my guys who are taking a young lady out to eat and you just want to impress her. That's a dope gesture that you can do for her. Another time that I notice when people always get up out of their seats is if they're sitting and they're waiting on the rest of their party to arrive, or they're waiting on somebody else to come and have dinner or lunch with them. When that person arrives, or when those people arrive, everyone gets up out of their seat to greet them, whether it's a handshake, a hug, or something like that. But no one ever just sits in their seat and they're just like, hey, how you doing? Welcome. You know, it's always like, hey, good to see you. Like, good to see you. Kiss the wife on her cheek, you know what I'm saying? And it's just the ultimate form of respect that, you know, when you see somebody for the first time for that day, you get up and you greet them. However it is that you greet them, you know, whether it's a handshake, if it's a business meeting and you're just meeting this gentleman for the first time and y'all like, hey, we're gonna meet at this place and have lunch. You know, you're gonna get up, shake his hand, firm handshake, look him in the eye. That's something I'm probably gonna talk about as well. Just, you know, when you're greeting somebody, it's just the handshake. But that's tip number 2 for y'all, all right? Excuse me. And then the last tip that I have, something that I notice when a lot of people go out to eat, you know, and it doesn't really get on my nerves, but like I notice it, is like people are always on their phones. Now this is the technology age. You know, everybody is gonna be on their phone doing something, but when you taking a young lady, or when you out with friends and y'all out to eat, like it's a great time to just talk amongst each other. You know, I noticed that a lot of the times when people aren't talking and they're on their phones, it's like, y'all don't have nothing to talk about? Like, don't you have good conversation? Can't you get through this dinner with just conversing instead of just you on your phone, she on her phone, y'all in this nice restaurant, this wonderful ambiance, you know, and y'all are just zoned out, you know, like, hey, look at this. You know, I was serving a group of young people one day, you know, it was like a 10 top. It was like a big table, and I came to the table and all of these phones were in the middle of the table. It was like 10 phones sitting in the middle of the table. So I'm like, yo, what is this all about? Like, what y'all got, a contest going on? Like, what's this all about? So I asked somebody, and he was like, oh yeah, we're doing this thing that whoever gets their phone and looks at their phone, they gotta pay the bill. And I was like, yo, that is dope. I'm like, I like that right there. He's like, yo, whoever can't get through this whole dinner without grabbing their phone and looking at it, then they're gonna have to pay the bill. If not, we're all gonna split this bill evenly between 10 people. And like one of them had asked me like, yo, can somebody take a picture? They asked one of the servers, can you take a picture? And they would just like pick a phone. Like pick a phone, grab a phone, and we're gonna take the picture with that phone and we'll send it amongst each other. And I thought that was awesome. You know, I really, it's not that I hate to see it, but sometimes I'll see somebody on their anniversary. They're on their anniversary dinner with their significant other, and the whole time they're just not talking to each other. They're just looking at their phones. So I've learned whenever I go out to eat, I try to put the phone on silent and not pull the phone out. I notice, you know, sometimes it's okay to, you know, like take pictures of your food. You know what I'm saying? Take pictures of one another. You know, I've always get asked to, hey, can you take a picture of us? You know what I'm saying? I make sure I wipe off their camera. Sure, I'll take a couple pictures for you so that we can capture this moment. But when you just in there the whole dinner, you just like, you going live, or you just doing a photo shoot. I've seen plenty of girls come in and that's all they doing is just taking pictures. Like the food is getting cold. Like you done took like 8 to 12 pictures, you know, because that's basically what you came for. And then you like, my food is cold. Of course your food is cold. You've been doing a photo shoot. Like, didn't you come here to eat? Like, why don't you eat your food and then take some pictures? You know, but I ain't hating. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they do it for the gram. They do it for their TikTok, Snapchat, whatever the case may be. But, you know, I feel like it makes you look like you never go out to eat. You know, because the people who always come there, the people who always regularly come there and eat, they not taking pictures of every single thing. Like, oh, let's take a picture of this. Oh, let me take a picture of that. Oh, let me take another picture. Hey, let me mark my location. This where I'm at, y'all. Look, I'm doing it big. You know, the people who doing it big, like, they like, yo, this is regular for me. So, I mean, that's just something that a tip that I would give people, especially if you're going out on a date with somebody and you're trying to impress them. You know, like, put the phone up, man. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy them and see where your conversation is at. See if y'all can have a full conversation and talk about certain things throughout this meal. And, you know, I'm not saying don't take no pictures. You know, you can take a picture. I'm not the picture police. But I just noticed that, you know, when it's time to, you know, come out to eat, that's time to, you know, put the phone away and let me just give this person my undivided attention and just enjoy this meal. So that's all that I have this week. Look, if you're feeling this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. You know, and until the next time, I'll see y'all. Have a wonderful week ahead. Peace.